Hey y'all, welcome to Office Hours. Submit your questions. Where's the control room for this? I do not know how to get. We'll just do the janky thing I normally do and play my own video. Wonder if YouTube will copyright strike me for playing my own live stream during my live stream. And let me get on the voice chat on my Discord server. If you're not already on my Discord server, there are plenty of great resources there for singers like you. So get on now. Second. No, can you announce? Hey, Chloe, we end this with the 10-minute lag. Can you scrub forward so you can hear me real time? Sorry for the late start, y'all. I was throwing down in the kitchen, being somebody's mail order bride. Shit. Am I really gonna clean during this office hours? Well, let's see if somebody has asked questions on Stack Exchange. This office hours is brought to you by Stack Exchange. But y'all keep trying to run through for these free answers to your voice questions without contributing to Stack Exchange so we can collect more information to answer these questions. Hello, Jonathan and Spirit 2. Don't mention what? Don't mention Stack Exchange. Jonathan, do you have any voice questions? And let's see if anybody on Discord has voice questions. Probably not. Okay, well, nobody has questions so far, so y'all can just watch me clean my kitchen. Eventful. Where did I put that konjac flour or starch or powder? Yeah, konjac powder. Where is that? Where is my konjac? Do you know, Diane? Do you know where my konjac is? I'm so messed up. Let's see. Oh, hello, Happy and Satan. Satan makes me very happy. Oh, y'all want to see my rhubarb pie? Let me not burn myself. Where? Ooh. Oh, yeah, I think I went a little hard in the paint. Got like a little bit burnt. I don't know if you can see it. I'm scared to turn it upside down. Ooh, look at this shit. Look at my rhubarb pie. It's so beautiful. I tell it every day. I need to put this in the freezer. I put look at me. Look at me being responsible adult. I already put my stuff away. I was looking for it. Like, I need to put that away. I realized I already put it away. None of y'all got voice questions? Don't be at me on the server talking about you got questions. Now's your chance. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's see how my konjac jello turned out. Hello, Hayden. Feel free to ask me questions either here. Okay. Rhubarb is nutty. Am I going to make a real life office hours? Today, I might have 1 or 2 people real life for real life voice hours. Okay, do's and don'ts of distortion real quick. Oh, dang. I should let y'all shadow the lesson that I just had. That's why I was late. I just had a lesson before now. And we covered, it's actually somebody who was here in person last time, and we covered distortion. We did false full distortion. It really is something that is like, I can't tell you how to do it perfectly, but the good news is that you can tell yourself how to do it well. It's like, if you feel it being painful, if you have the urge to cough, stop and re-strategize. It's like the number one thing. If you feel the urge to cough, if you feel like a very sharp, specific pain, that's your cue to go back to the drawing board, because that's not the move. There's a real life person. That's my real life person coming through. So yeah, that's my number one do and don't. Do have a nice rich meal about like 15 minutes before you do it for optimal results, because that helps lubricate your vocal tract. Because when you think about it, air, in order to reach your vocal cords, has to go through your mouth, and if your mouth is dry, that's going to dry up the air that hits your mouth, and in turn, you're going to have dry air on your vocal folds, and that's going to mess up the mucosal layers, and that's going to have you out here with a broken thrusty. Hey! How are you? I think we'll be at this white table this time. Okay. I'm broadcasting live. I have rhubarb pie cooling, as well as hopefully vegan jello that's worked out. And I also have kombucha.
I have not tried it.
You've not tried kombucha? No. Do you want to try kombucha?
I sure do.
Okay, I will get you some kombucha. We'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, distortion, that's ins and outs. I love singing, but don't have any confidence. So when I try to record myself or sing to someone, my voice is always extremely shaky and high pitched because I'm always so tense and scared. What do? Just do it over and 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 over on your own until it becomes like not a big deal to just do it in front of somebody. It's like, you don't have to think about how to scratch your butt in front of somebody. It's like just something that you just do in life. So if it becomes this like behavior that's not even special, and also sometimes like don't tell people you're about to sing from, just sing and see what they think. Just like don't tell them like, oh, I'm about to sing right now, can I sing? Like just do it and see how they feel. I'll be right back over. Sorry, trying to find cups. We never got cups. What's the effect of alcoholic vegan jello shots on the voice? Your voice gonna be dope. That's what it's gonna be. In general, shots of like hard liquor are not what I recommend to vocalists to do a whole lot of, because you can dry yourself out with very high proof alcohol. I'm not sure, but how do you distinguish fatigue from damage? I need to make a spreadsheet of this. I'm gonna make a spreadsheet at some point, like a pros and cons, not pros and cons. Oh, what's it called? Like a Venn diagram of not Venn diagram. T-chart. That's the kind of thing. I did math. A T-chart of what vocal damage is like versus what vocal fatigue is like. No, I'm good. I got it. Actually, maybe you can grab the kombucha itself.
Oh, you mean?
Yes.
I just made passion fruit juice.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Where'd you get passion fruit at?
Well, I used the fresh frozen concentrate.
Oh, the pulp. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also like growing a vine. There's nothing on it right now.
Oh my god.
It's time of year, but I'm growing it.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to hook something up. Okay, with me.
Kombucha. I don't even know specifically what it is, but
It's basically like fermented tea soda. It's like tea champagne.
Okay, I see some bubbly. So I guess it's only right to salute.
Yes. No alcohol, but salute.
Okay.
You rock with it? Ooh. Oh.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah, Chloe, I'm gonna make that T chart of damage versus fatigue for you at some point. But basically, they're opposites in a lot of ways. Like damage, you will feel the sign of damage immediately, but fatigue takes time to feel. Damage is a very specific pain, while fatigue is a sort of general aching or soreness. So most of the time, they act in opposite ways. And just think about it like when you fatigue or damage any other muscle or operating system in your body. Like you can tell the difference between stabbing yourself in the arm and your arm sore because you did dumbbell curls. Hello, it's hey Hayden. Jesse Nelson's Jamaican accent. Yes, I'll live for your YouTube name. Did you want to say hi, Latoya? Right?
Sure. Yes.
This is Latoya. Oh wait. Let me have the thing so we can actually see. You can actually see yourself.
We've got our hair on today.
Yes.
Hola.
Yes, Black Magic.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
We doing the hair thing.
Right, we are rocking it. Okay, so we have another question. Esophageal speech, I think, is the better option because the sound source they're talking about. Okay, so would you say that esophageal speech or buccal speech? So esophageal speech is basically talking on a burp. I can't really do that well, but buccal speech is the Donald Duck voice. So buccal just means with your mouth, like boca in Spanish. Boca. So, with that accent, yes.
Dominicano.
Oh, really? Really? Oh, shit. Oh, that's what's up. Okay. Let me seal this so the carbonation doesn't come out. But yeah. Buccal speech is pretty limited in terms of they actually have on the Wikipedia article an index of how intelligible different consonants are in buccal speech. And like it's harder to tell apart different consonants in buccal speech, I think, than it is in esophageal. Like there's a lot of ones that sort of melt together. And I think some of the modern day Donald Ducks might not even be buccal speech anymore. So like,
okay, please example. Oh, okay.
I'm not really good at articulating in it. I can just do like the, but if people get really good with it, they can be like. So like they can say full letters a bit better, but there's a limit to how good you can get with it. Oh my God! You just do not give up a chance to come for Selena Gomez. Okay, sorry, the people are being shady in the comments.
That's
as
funny.
Always.
Go ahead. See, I can't. I'm blind as a bat. I can't even see that part.
Oh yeah. I'm just looking at some of the comments.
Right. The shade and the kombucha.
The shade and the oh my God, yes, not tea, kombucha, because we live in life like that. So they're saying that I'm speaking so fast that Selena Gomez's breast support is quaking.
Y'all need to stop.
They do. They need to stop. Not today, Satan. So, do you have any vocal questions or anything vocally that you've been working on?
Basically, and this might be something that many people just frown upon anyway, but sometimes I need to do it. Having a reasonable amount of stamina, breath control, note holding, however you want to put it, while sitting.
Oh, like I'm not one of these like dogmatists. Like if it can be done, like in any way, I want to do it in any way. I don't want to say that there's any one way to do anything. There's any one way to stand while you're singing. There's any one way to sit while you're singing. I'll sing lying down. In fact, this table's not sturdy enough to support my fat ass. So I won't try it. But when I was abroad in South Africa, we did a cover of Autumn Leaves. You know, Autumn Leaves just by my window, the Autumn Leaves. So I ended that on a long belt, and I would go out every concert to the we would play usually at bars, and I would lay down on somebody's table and like hold the long belt at the end with like the bike above me. It's just the most. It's like it was never difficult to do. I think people thought it was like so from outer space. People like try to give you the idea that you could only sing with your diaphragm facing counterclockwise in the midnight sun and Tuesdays. Like that is something super specific.
I guess I'm not thinking so much about rules, but like what I can do differently, because I noticed just from me that it's just not.
Yeah, I think some of it's acclimating. Some of it is really acclimating. There's definitely triggers to get your diaphragm working a little bit more steadily. Oh, you have requests for you to sing.
Okay. I only have one request before that.
What?
That thing gonna drive me the hell out.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. What should I sing? Maybe, I don't know. We
turn it down and turn it off.
Off for now, I guess. I guess I do a lot of, we talk about Whitney a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. If I should stay, I would only be in your way. I'm sorry. Hey,
don't apologize for none of that. Don't apologize for none of that.
But what's the word? But I know I think of you every step of the way. Should I skip to the end?
Yeah. Give them what they. Give them.
And I will always love you. Ooh, I will always love you. I will always love you.
Yes.
I will always love you. See what I mean when I'm sitting?
Yeah.
Like when I'm standing, I can like belt it out like from down on under my toes. When I'm sitting, it's all head voice.
Yeah. Like because you can belt while sitting down. Like it's a thing. I don't know. Well, because like belting is more about like coordination here. You do need like a little bit higher air pressure, so that's the diaphragm. But it's about like a certain coordination happening with your vocal folds. I think it's just giving yourself permission to do it while you're sitting down. Because like some people feel like, oh, well, I'm about to pull out all the stops. I need to stand up for this, and they get.
So it's more habit, like more.
Yeah, I think it might be like mind over body.
Yeah, because that. It's just I noticed a huge difference in myself. I haven't had it like pointed out, it's just I hear it.
Yeah. Which is also harder to like you did that. That's one of the best have voice mixes. That's one of the best ones in the game. So I think it's especially when you're going up against the passes that was originally belted, because air controls a lot more. It's actually easier when you're belting because your vocal folds don't let out as much air when you're belting as opposed to when you're doing it in M2. Which is the head voice or falsetto or head mix, all those things would fall under.
Next time I'll do a standing demonstration and then we'll see what the masses say.
Do y'all want one now? Oh my God.
Lord.
Yeah, I think y'all want one now. They said that vibrato, those runs, holy cheese, those runs.
Holy cheese.
We've snatched.
Weave.
Yeah.
Weave. This my hair.
No. You're snatching. You are claiming other people's weaves.
Oh, all right. See, I need to get with. I'm getting old. That's what it is. I'm like, I know weave and I know snatch, but no, this ain't no weave. I deal with this mess every day.
Right now. Yeah, that ain't no weave.
What's another that girl, Lord?
Oh, and he said, Mimi, Mariah Carey. One that we like. What's it called? We Belong Together. The end.
Let me think. How's it?
We belong together, baby. When you left, I lost a part.
The higher one or the?
Yeah, the higher one.
Baby, when you left, I don't know the words. I lost a part of me. It feels so hard to believe. Come back, baby, please, 'cause we belong together. Let go the lane, no when times get rough. Who's gonna talk to me when the sun comes out? Who's gonna
Yeah.
I don't know the words though.
Somebody said Jennifer Hudson. Another person said damn.
Well, thank you. Damn. That'll be my new stage name. Welcome to the stage. Damn.
Welcome to the stage. Damn.
Give it up.
That was damn. Attempt an E6. No.
A what?
No. An E6 belt.
What is that?
Well, a belt.
I'll try it, but it might not sound good.
An it's something that I don't even know. It's truly can be considered belt.
What is it?
It's an inside joke on the server. So E6. Let me get my melodica. I'll be right back. Keep them company. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go closer because sing something. Oh, McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm. I've been singing a long time. What is that? Kin 3T? Many, many years. And all right, well, I'll give you something else while we're waiting. Some La Lupe. Que te pedí que no fuera leal comprensión, que supieras que no hay en la vida otro amor como mi amor, que no te vi, que pudiera en tus manos poner. Y aunque quise robarme la luz para ti, no pudo ser. All right? Mm-hmm. Despacito. How about a real singing song?
No, right?
Sing your speaking voice up through 4 octaves. McDonald's.
Y'all need to leave her
What's
alone.
that mean?
She's an innocent.
Old McDonald had 3 wives.
Oh my God.
Well, probably, you know, that's like maybe, you know.
No, they got down.
Is
in
that
the
legal
little
in
Amish
some
cults?
states? Like, yeah.
These Mennonites with their sister wives.
Their hair be rocking though, like no
Right?
split ends. Okay.
Death of, please. They're asking for like dumb stuff.
Despacito.
Yeah,
I don't
ignore
know.
them. They asking for dumb
Justin
stuff.
Bieber, whatever his name is.
Beaver, not Beaver. She
Beamer.
bodied him. She
Beamer.
bodied him. Beamer, Rolls Royce.
But Louis Fonsi can sing his ass off. That song is just not my idea of his best work.
Yeah, no, I can't bring myself to listen to it. So yeah, so belting an E6. This is an E6. So like belting up to there, but.
I would have to be singing for about 2 hours with some Hennessy to hit that.
With some Hennessy.
Yeah.
Not Hennessy, not Bacardi's little sister.
That's the Cardi B.
Yeah, that's gotta be that. No, her sister's actually named Hennessy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I do think please no. Barika tone? Oh no, don't do that. Death of a baritone. No. How do you improve head voice? Okay. How do you improve head voice? Depends on how do you go from behind? I am not sure what that means. So I'm sorry.
Behind or what?
But how do you go? He's trying to attack from the back. I don't know. He's saying like he wants to sing head voice differently. Or no, somebody else wants to improve head voice. Okay, so Kinetics wants to improve head voice. Depends on what you want from your head voice. If you want a head voice as fly as Toya's, well, you better start praying. But in general, I find that most people, when they ask for that, are trying to turn their head voice into more of like a mix. So you want to get more glottal closure. You want your vocal folds to be contacting more, so it resembles what you have in your speech voice and chest. So you can get that by doing glottal strikes. So it's like, yeah, the kind of like hard quacking sound. And what else can you do? You can increase nasality, and you can do some stuff with your phrasing when you do head voice to make sure you're not like doing abrupt breaks into from your chest into your head. So if I'm gonna do like "We Belong Together" climax in M2 or have voice, be like with what I call M1 vestiges, so like pops of M1 that aren't supposed to be in there, that sort of like let you know that this is actually M2. So I could go like we belong together, baby. Well, after lost a part of me, it's just so like the a lot of people would do that a lot of times, but you wouldn't like stay continually in M1. So I'm like, we belong together, baby. When you after lost a part of me. I'm actually kind of hyponasal right now because my nose is so congested, so I'm not trying to get strep throat for y'all. I'm not trying to serve. Yes.
Have another drink.
Going from behind the note and drop down. I don't understand. If you have reflux that is not immediately detectable or you can't feel it, what are some immediate signs is affecting your voice? Well, the effects that reflux have on your voice can overlap with other things. So I think it helps to see if there's like esophageal effects of that point to reflux as well, because vocal fold irritation in the morning when you wake up with vocal fold irritation, that's one sign that's like you getting like nocturnal reflux. But that can also align with just being very dry because your mouth breathing when you sleep or something, and that'll dry you out in sleep. So that's like different from reflux, but it overlaps in that symptom. So I wouldn't use just the vocal symptoms to be like, this is being caused by reflux. I would look at, do I have other esophageal? Do I have heartburn? Do I have like pain with swallowing food or something? That I think what point to reflux. What is it? So sounds better than Selena. Oh my God. Oh my God. You so mean and wrong.
I need to put my glasses on. What they saying now? What's this kombucha?
Kombucha.
Like what was the tea?
Oh, it's the tea. Ah!
We're above the tea. We're on the kombucha.
Right. Okay, but I was referring to either Arabic runs or I think there's in flamenco when you cut off the note by constricting the pharynx. Oh!
Were we just talking about that before I left last week?
Yes. Okay, we're talking about those runs. So there's like different scalar modes and conventions and patterns that make Arabic runs sound different. So for those of you that aren't familiar, like a regular pop run would be the Christina Aguilera stuff that you hear like, hey, oh, like that. So that's sort of what Christina serves the girls. But with Arabic runs, you get different patterns, usually minor or Dorian scale, and you get. I need to actually look into what kinds of note patterns really are like. This is Arabic, so they'll be like, so that would be more of like an Arabic. Maybe that was more going over into Indian. And Arabic runs, there is a sort of sometimes the Arabic runs, often in flamenco runs, you get something where you get this pharyngeal obstruction with the back of the tongue. So the back of the tongue goes into the pharynx. The pharynx kind of constricts a little bit. And you get, during runs, you'll get like a, that's what's, that kind of like gypsy sound. So I find that a lot in old school Carnatic stuff, so Indian or maybe old school Hindustani, and in flamenco, and especially like in the gypsy apparently gypsy is an offensive word, so in Romani, more Romani styles.
Well, I think like gypsy kings from Spain.
Yeah, so some like people like use the term for themselves. Yeah. Help yourself.
This is very good.
Thank you. So yeah, it's made by in a similar manner to the pharyngeal approximate. It's like a half done pharyngeal approximate thing. Yeah. It's I think it's halfway to being a pharyngeal Approximate.
The second they put that thing in your mouth as a doctor to see if you have an infection. Whoa. The stick.
Oopsie.
Tongue depressor.
Yeah. Let me move these together.
So, after having been an option to vote for...
Oh my God.
What you doing?
Like all these tabs want to come up. Okay. I'm like, stop making noise. Okay. Y'all not about to see my stuff. Okay, where is...
You ain't gotta worry about me.
Why? No, it's gone. Oh my God, I'm so annoyed. Yeah. The YouTube. Give me 1 second. No, you're fine. I always gotta blend the nearest black.
Like sometimes you just got to do that for no reason.
Yeah.
Like around my house, they're used to that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I need to get them acclimated because they need to accept these vocal blessings so I can practice. But I do have to think of I'll have to show you my studio for lessons before you leave.
Yes, because I would like to get some information about that.
Where is the... Let me click in.
Going, huh?
Yeah, these allergies got me messed up.
Have you had are you a honey person?
Am I a honey person? Yes, I have a bunch of honey in my thing.
Is it local honey with the comb in it?
I'm too cheap for that, but yes, C-Lab. Sorry about that.
Because like 2 teaspoons a day will combat the low, because the bees feed on stuff around here, so that'll give you the immunity.
Yeah. I know. I need to get into that, but I need to get my wallet into that.
I know it's too costly to be organic.
Yeah, I know. It's expensive to be healthy.
It's a hustle too, but we ain't gonna go there.
Oh, true. Organic be a hustle.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you train to get... Okay, why do your vocal folds get so much more dry when mouth breathing than through your nose? Because mouth breathing is a wider surface area, so there's more opportunity for moisture to be lost from the air from your mouth to your vocal cords and from your nose to your vocal cords. It's more surface area. How do you train to get vibrato? You don't. No, kidding. I think first is note stability, really getting so that you can hold a note without it wobbling. Because I feel like if your voice just wobbles aperiodically, so if it wobbles randomly by itself, you don't want to put vibrato on top of that because it'll sound a mess. And then once you stabilize that, I usually finger train vibrato. It's like, so yeah, you hold like a steady note, and really let your larynx relax so you can move it up and down. And it's sort of like doing physical therapy with your larynx. So it seems a lot more difficult than you're trying to drop onto it. I will have to get back to you on that. I'm still not fully understanding approaching the note. Like, it's good to not strain when you're trying to hit high notes because it's a lot more about breath control than about squeezing, but I don't really understand.
I always imagine it like when I'm doing a high note, like anything like pretty high. Mine is more of my self-visualization that I do. I'm learning all these terms from you, and I'm learning. So if I use some kind of kindergarten speech, then just
no, that's fine. That's fine because like the experts in the field.
I always go back to when that exercise with that woo, woo, like when you're yawning and all of this opens that like that, and I imagine that my voice, the tone of my voice, is actually floating over that air. And even sometimes when you're doing it, if you even like go up on your toes when you do it, like move your whole body. You know how like sometimes when people are trying to hit a really low note and they'll put their head down, like that's because in their mind down is deep, so the note's going to be deep. So with this, I wouldn't say hold your head all the way back because that's going to give you a different sound, but just visualize when you're doing that, and then start to hold that note a little longer and longer. And that, for me, that helps me with high notes.
For me, I kind of do I do that, but I also do the opposite of that, where I go from a lower note to the higher note with that kind of relaxation and then back down. And that's what I call assimilation, where it's like I want to assimilate the ease with which I hit this low note onto this higher note. Let me get some. Oh, sorry. Let me get some light. Answer some more questions in a second. Oh my God. Plug it in. What is this?
Oh, be careful over there.
It's like a whole thing over here. I cannot figure out.
What's everybody talking about? Let's see.
It's some good rat shit.
Ken Tamplin thing? Oh, I know who that is.
Ain't nothing here easy.
Isn't that vibrato with the thing that I think we spoke about last week too? I'm going back to the vibrato with you start, especially if you don't have much on with that.
Yeah.
Like you do it slowly first, and then you speed it up.
I think
that works for some people.
Yeah, for some people, it doesn't work because, like, I think for some people it enforces the model that vibrato is something that you can consciously control each and every beat of. That I can go like and I'm thinking like up, down, up, down, up, down. But when I do that, I'm just thinking like shake. I'm not thinking up, down, up, down. I'm not commanding. Yeah,
once there's any movement to that note, that's probably not going to.
Yeah, because you have to flip over. You have to flip control over. And if you don't flip control over, you're just going to be doing it manually. It can only get but so fast manually, and it only can get but so smooth manually. So you want to really practice that autopilot. That's why I train it like this. Because you're not sending signals to your brain for your larynx to move in a certain way. Yeah, it's a simulation of what it should feel like when you're doing it. It should just feel like it's happening to you and you're allowing it to happen, not you're like making it happen. Okay, scroll up. There's another comment about, I don't see anything up there. If you scroll up, there's another comment saying what they're talking about. Oh yeah, no, I saw the Ken Tamplin thing, and that made me even more confused. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, that vibrato is just the natural result of prim and proper technique and saving room in your throat for Jesus. And it's like all this stuff.
Oh my God, right? I'm about to hit the floor. Did
right?
You just say that?
Save room in your throat for Jesus. Because honestly, they make it sound like your throat has to be like ordained and ready to receive the blessings of vibrato. And like it helps, yes, that you don't have a very like jittery aperiodic voice, but you don't need like, you can actively work towards vibrato. It's not something you just have to like sit there and wait for. I
don't know, when my throat is dry, I have none.
Right. How do you get your pitch right? Like I can't change from one to another without messing up the pitch. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like when you try to do a note or when you try to like sing a song, like I try to say like Mary had a little lamb instead of like Mary had a little lamb, I do Mary had a little lamb. Like it comes out wrong like that. Or like if you're trying to change notes on the same syllable and you're trying to be like Gloria, so that instead of like that, you end up like Gloria, where, oh my God, y'all are a mess. Okay. Some singers swear by ginger tea, others say it's not so great. There's a lot of pseudoscience behind it, and I can't find any definitive answer around it. I know Graf loves it. I think it can be a good natural demulcent. Like I know when I have enough ginger that it can be like an expectorant. I start to get rid of mucus. Let's just leave it at that. So, right. Oh, you have a regimen for getting rid of mucus?
You're probably not going to like it, but it works for me.
Okay.
Spoon of hot sauce.
A spoon of hot sauce? Tabasco. I love that.
Clears my vocal cords. Spoon of Tabasco, and don't drink anything cold.
Okay.
That's all I do.
Okay. No, I do like needing some hot sauce.
Because it strips the
it strips the mucus. Oh, you're welcome. Okay. So can I show you an example of grave? I don't know. Can I, Diane? Can I?
Sure you can.
So grave is a low extension of M1. Some people commonly know it as chest register. That is what you get beneath usually A2. And it can happen as high often as like C3, D3, maybe even E3. But around A2, you sort of have this obligatory switch into what I call grave. What is called, I'm pretty sure, grave. It's not a very widely used term, but someone got to give us that term. Flute. So let me give myself a low enough note. Jesus, I'm way too mucusy right now. I know, right? I'm drooling myself. I'm falling apart. Yeah, that's the best y'all gonna get today. So that's my horrible puny grave. If I'm a little bit more warmed up, I'll try it again later on. But that if you notice that sort of really buzzier, heavier, dense sound, that is what grave tends to be characterized by. Because my baseline voice is so loud and it's kind of high. It's not as high as it sounds, but still pretty high. And I tend to sing high and everything. Like my voice tends to have a lot of built up tension in it, which makes it hard to relax into those higher notes. So I actually have to do stuff to relax my voice for a bit before I go for grave significantly. But hopefully that was enough of an example to hear the kind of density that you get as you go lower. How to deal with excessive mouth dryness? I get that from antihistamines, and I need those. Otherwise, I'm super. And then I'm the same. I live antihistamines are my blood.
That one I could probably. Since I have Sjogren's syndrome, and one of the major things with that is dryness of pretty much anything that shouldn't be. You like your eyes, your nose, your mouth. And it's due to inflammation. So that's why people see me chewing gum constantly. Make sure it's like sugar-free or something like that. But that helps produce saliva. Yeah. And I don't leave without like a 60-pack. Well, okay. In my bag.
Oh, so I'd like to try that. That's nice. That's nice.
Really, gum. It's a GI stimulant. So you have to be careful that you're not doing this too much on a completely empty stomach, because then you will get that reflux. But just on regular day-to-day, I stay chewing gum. I was about to get a piece as soon as I finished this.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice tip. I am confused, Sean. Okay. Did you leave? Yeah. Okay. Roger Thing says, when you are doing the run, instead of going down a stair, you jump 2 steps and then go up 1. It stays all messy. I think it's like when you try to do a vocal run, maybe. So instead of like the Gloria, it's Gloria. Like you're trying to do it, but that's what comes out. Yeah, I think breaking down riffs is helpful to do for that. And I have like a whole progression that I do for my singers that are trying to learn riffs. Start off with small ones. There's a good series on YouTube called Breaking Down the Riffs. I would go hit that up and do the runs bit by bit so you actually know what notes. A lot of people treat runs as like one thing, but you can break down runs into ideas. Like, what's a run that a lot of people know? I'm sure. Oh, the Christina Aguilera, the hey, oh, or however that run goes. Like you can break that, like hey, part 1, and that's part 2, or however it goes. That's like part 3. And you can divide it up in different parts and actually do it like note by note, as opposed to trying to think of it all as one thing. Oh my God, you and this low note supremacy, Dakota. What was I gonna say? That felt like we're flooding. Mine wasn't this. Oh, you don't have to do that. I never really understand belting. What does it feel like to belt, and how do you learn how to belt? It feels like pretty yelling. Like, not, it doesn't feel that pretty.
Pretty yelling.
Pretty yelling. Yeah, right? Pretty yelling. That's my autobiography title. Yeah, so it doesn't feel necessarily like I am the beautiful singer of the world. Like, it feels a lot. It feels very intense. even when I can control it, it'll start to feel a little bit less demanding, but it's still a demand. So I would not sort of look for it to be this pretty feeling and sounding thing when you first do it. Let it be yelly. Let it be this rough thing.
I used to be scared of it.
Yeah.
And I would go into my head voice when I should have been belting what I was singing because I was afraid it's too loud. Right.
Mess around with these white people that have you thinking that belting is the devil. How do you practice it? Okay. Can you link clips? Yeah, I guess you can link clips. Okay, if you're singing the higher part of a chesty mixed voice, you eventually have to raise your larynx. Not in any meaningful way, no. No, raising larynx is just one, like, I think it can influence pitch, but it more influences the timbre of your voice. So let me do a pretty high belt. Am I feeling bold? Am I feeling?
Yes, you are.
F5. I'm going to send my ENT bill to you.
We believe it.
Okay, so I'm going to do an F5. Can we agree that that's pretty high for a chesty mix? So that's pretty high. Woo! So if I do that with a higher larynx, it's if I do it with the lower larynx, it's so I can change the height of my larynx. Did you hear the difference between those two?
Yeah.
So I can change the height of my larynx on those two, so it doesn't have to go up at any point. It'll tend to go up sympathetically at some points, like sliding it up feels like something I naturally want to do, but it's not mandatory. Uganda, Nigeria, what? To Africa, but what?
Now what now?
What? Somebody over here, Hans Holtz, just really loves Africa. I mean, I love Africa too.
Yes.
Doing E6. Oh, y'all are sadistic. The Zulu tribe? Hans Holtz. Whether Kulume Zulu.
Am I missing something? I'm lost.
God, this is kept on African. No. Yeah, no, I wish I could claim something besides America, but because America's not trying to claim my black ass. But that's another story for another time.
Ancestry DNA says.
Right. I think I'm like Sierra Leonean. Is the only thing that we know about.
Cameroon up in here.
Oh, nice. I don't know. Glad to have a fan of Africa. Can I sing La? What are you guys talking about? Y'all are drunk. Y'all need to go home.
It's Friday. They're loud.
Yes, they are. They are loud. It's not on my timeline. No, I'm kidding.
You can't torture us in the process, though.
Right. Y'all claiming casualties with this messiness. I don't know what you mean by saying a la with my tongue all the way out, like la.
I don't have the stick, the wood stick outside my
life. Right.
The strep throat swab.
Try to have us film an episode of Deep Throat here.
Oh, God,
right.
Please.
How do you get into M3? I need them whistle so I can rage like everyone else. There's several ways of getting to M3, which is whistle register. There is the best way, which I think is breathy induction. So that's learning how to sort of breathe into it. So it's like... really try to like imagine the note that you want to hit, that high note, and just
higher.
Yeah, and it can start getting you higher, and then oh my God, that's so weird. Bye, Hans Holtz. That is so weird. Okay, La is a Cantamplin exercise. I'm not Cantamplin. I can't answer for him. I'm not his keeper. Ken Tamblin's another vocal teacher. Not as good as me. No, I'm kidding. Can I exit vocal folds? Oh, how's in that? Okay, thank you for answering that, Dakota. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I saw that, Roger. Thanks. But people need to ask questions that make more sense besides because people asked a question before that did not make sense. Okay. So mixed voice. So we have the queen of mixed voice over here. How do you go for that mixed voice? And that's what I was talking about earlier, if you were here, with doing glottal strikes to really thicken your vocal folds and what they do in them too. So going from like, oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. So it's going from that to like, oh, won't you stay with me? Because you're all I need. So that second one, I have more like chord constriction from, you can usually get that from doing glottal strikes. So that kind of noise can get you like, oh, won't you stay with me? Because you're all I need. So that can get you sounding thicker up there, and more nasality, and then some other more advanced stuff. Well, I'm going to get my charger soon. Oh, damn, we almost done. Ken Tamplin is a lizard. He has a lizard vocal cords with techniqueness of working humans. I'm done. I'm finished. Okay. I'm finished. I'm over.
Palm tree.
No, that's the real kombucha. Do you have any more vocal questions? And I forgot to get like spoons and stuff for this jello. Hopefully it's thick enough. Is this? Yeah. This is reasonably thick.
It's jiggling.
What?
It's jiggling.
Yeah, it's jiggling. It's jiggling. No, it's fine. I cooled it really quickly because I was in a rush. Do you want a spoon for some jello?
Sure.
It actually has passion fruit among other flavors.
Oh yeah.
And I can also get the rhubarb pie.
All right. But that is true though, Ken Tamplin. Okay, I'm boring. Like, I don't know a lot of the technical terms, so I'm just watching what you all are typing until he returns. Who? What? Okay, I don't think I'm old enough for this chat. Only thing I can say about belting, and this is not technical, of course, is relax. Definitely relax. When you think about it too much, you'll hold yourself back and then your notes won't come out as they should. Somebody wants you to belt E6. E6. That's not it, is it? No, I'm kidding. E6. Okay, so you just did the thing.
Yes, I just do the thing.
We would have had some Pop-Tarts.
Right?
And like you making pies and stuff. Got talent.
My easy bake oven. Okay. Let me get you a scoop of this. Oh yeah, this is working.
Mm-hmm. I only made one comment about the belting here, about, at least for what works for me, is relaxing, because if you tense up too much and think on it too much, your notes are not going to, one, you're not going to be able to hold the notes as long. Well, at least
this is also vegan.
Okay.
Gelatin-free jello.
Okay.
But it's a little bit, didn't have all the time to cool. I'll cut some of the rhubarb pie.
I understand.
Yeah, I was in a rush today. Trying to hella errands. Okay, let me go. It's hard to get it without slipping. Okay.
It's got like little ice chips. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially if it's really hot. Oh my God. That's good.
Need to cool them more. Belt and F6. About to pull out my belt on you. Okay. I'm 15. Okay, I will belt a C6. I can't stand y'all. There.
I want to know how to do that.
It's quiet as it's kept. The secret is it's actually easier to belt up there.
Really?
Than a little bit lower. For me, like the belt I was doing before this, that belt's actually a little bit harder for me.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It's because all the belt zones require like different skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
This is square. I don't even know how to cut it.
Would you like me to, so you can?
Oh, that's fine. I do not mind.
Multitasker too, yeah.
Right. Do not mind taking care of my guests who don't ask me to belt an F6. Oh, sorry. Here you go.
It's only because they know you can do it.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
No, it was not. Oh my God, that was not falsetto. Are we going here? Are we going here, Apples? Are we going here, Apples? Because we could take it there, Apples. Oh my God. Let me charge and then prove to you why that was about.
Did you make this crust?
Yes. Oh, thank you. You like it?
No, I hate it, so I'm going to eat the whole thing.
Oh my God. Please eat the whole thing. And feel free to serve yourself more.
Very good. Very, very good.
Thank you. Yeah, also taking a picture for Insta.
Yeah.
I can be out here thoughting on social media more so I can not be broke.
It's a necessary evil, right?
It is. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. You are everything.
Stuff out the way.
Okay.
Here's it.
Man, it is too much stuff in this world, in this life. Thank you, Toya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm all over this.
So what do y'all think? Are y'all non-believers as well? Do you doubt the verity of my belts? What do you think? Is the C6 belt, is that falsetto? So you think that's men can't, but no, oh my God. Oh, wait, who is I Like Apples? You sound like you know too much of my stuff. Who are you? No, they resemble M2, but they're different from M2 because they're more continuous for me with M1. Okay, so let's break this down to prove that that's a belt, and that is M1, or as a lot of people like to call it chest. So C4, yeah, you can feel the difference when doing it. Hello, Melon. Feel free to ask questions. Okay, so C4 to C5. So that's continuous, no break in there. That's what's up. No matter how thick I make that M2 sound, it's gonna have a break. I can suppress the break, but you still have to trust me a little bit on that one. That if I can produce that break, then that is the change to M2. I can suppress the break sometimes when it actually does go to M2, but I can show you me experiencing that break. But I literally cannot experience a break between like. So now let's take that up to the C6. Oh, mix is a lie. Okay, so they'll be like, so switching into M2 for the soprano, high C for the C6. Oh my God! Then wait till I belt it. Wait till you see my belt. Wait till you see my belt. Okay, so doing that in M2 gives us that break. But then if I don't go to M2 and I stay in M1, I cannot produce a break as I go up from the C4, which is definitely M1, C5, which you should now know is M1, and then no, Apples. Who are you? Who are you? That's what I need to know. Who are you, Apples? Vocal troll. Right, the vocal troll. So now if I go up there and belt, I literally cannot induce a break in this sound. Like I cannot. Like that, I cannot do that. What is an M1? Oh, who are you? You need to stop.
Vocal goals.
Oh, thank you. They're getting on to me. The mechanisms. Thank you, Dakota, for linking that. Okay, Toya, do you have any questions?
Not right offhand.
I'll have to give you like a little tour of the studio once this has enough charge.
Sure.
That is someone in disguise. That is an agent of the devil working mischief in my YouTube comments. I rebuke.
What you say earlier, you need some Jesus in your throat.
Yes, yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Oh my God. What? What are you talking about? Apples? What are you talking about? It's saying that women can't eat apples and women can't about the hype. I think they're trolling.
Pants?
No, who do you think I learned this from? I don't learn this from men. What was hot? Can you show the difference between rasp, distortion, the similar voice to these? Rasp and distortion, I feel like the boundary between rasp and distortion, in my opinion, and feel free to cut yourself more.
Do you want me to cut you one?
Oh, yeah. No, cut yourself more. Like, this will be here for me to have. Oh, okay. You can take some to go if you like. I was going to say, the difference between rasp and distortion, I think, don't cut, please. There's no question before that. Wait, what? Oh, you say in response to cutting pie. Oh, don't cut. So I can cut myself one later. Like actual paid lessons. Melon, if you want paid lessons, you can follow this link. Oh my God, y'all are a mess. Okay, actually, let me cut myself a little of my keys. Can you show the difference between rasp, distortion, and some of the voice techniques? So rasp and distortion tends to be about relative intensities of what are called aperiodicities. So just irregular events that happen while your vocal cords are vibrating. So if the relative amplitude, relative intensity of these aperiodicities, these like random raspy events happening on your voice, are not as loud as your fundamental pitch, like the actual note that you're hitting. So if I do something like this, that is more of a rasp than a distortion, which is like if I do that aperiodicity to the point that I am producing something that overshadows the actual note that I'm doing. So like this, that second one, you can't hear the actual note as much.
Can that be damaging at all?
No,
if
no,
you
no,
keep doing it like
no, not at all. This is a lay mate question. And so that's like rasp. So like an edge of like false fold raspiness would be like versus a false fold distortion, where the false folds are so much louder than like, and you hear how like barely even sounds like a note. That's how you can do that, Chloe. What does the paid lesson offer? Everything you see here and more. Okay, Daniel asks, I have a late mate question. If you can high note, but they sound really flat and why do you fix? Okay, wait. Okay, let me read that. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what you mean. How do you speak without rasp? It's hard to say like how to not. Like, just don't. Like, how do I not sit down? Just don't. Like, yeah, if you have like a problem that gives you a rasp, then that's something that you work on. But how do you speak to? Oh my God! You need to stop. You need to stop. Who is doing this? Who is like?
Is that Apple?
Okay. Sorry, Daniel. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not making fun of you. It's like late Nate is a very. I thought you were trolling at first. Like I have a legitimate question, but I'm going to do a really strange spelling of legitimate. But now I realize it wasn't on purpose now. Okay, but they sound really flat and quiet at certain moments. Get more comfortable with using M2 or head voice. Start trying to put more air pressure into it. And start trying to get more glottal closure. I think, yeah. I want a smooth speaking voice. I mean, just don't be raspy. I need to know what kind of rasp you're getting, and if that's on purpose or not. It's like if it's a behavior that you can control, or if it's a problem with your vocal folds. Like having rasp because you have nodes is one kind of thing, but then just doing it because like that's just the way that I talk is another thing. By the way, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I need to start saying that. So that's okay. Do you thought of any like vocal questions? You want any more rhubarb pie? Want any more?
I'm gonna get some more pie.
Tea?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Please mess up that pie. How do you control volume when you're singing a song? Like usually air pressure. How much air pressure you're putting out into your vocal folds. It's normally the main
difficult one for me. That one is like a little
volume control.
If it's something where you need to change the dynamic within even a phrase.
Yeah.
Sometimes like going from if and then to your way.
I was actually just listening to a really good Whitney Houston. Really good Whitney Houston volume change thing. Let me see if I can find. This is like my favorite Whitney Houston volume change moment. Oh no, I can't be. Wait, actually, this is the live one, so I can't get copyright strike.
Which song is it?
It's the Did We Almost Have It All? The live one, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know about the live one, but I know
the studio one.
Yeah.
Actually, let me not play it because I don't want to get copyright struck. But when she does it live, she says, "I know we'll never have that again," or something like that. She does this like really. She does this like really fast. Oh, that's so good. She does like really fast crescendo again, or something like that, where she's like she crescendos.
Control.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Easy here to rest. How do I stop having a voice that sounds like a 12-year-old? To age your voice, you can get a higher close quotient. So that means more weight and graveliness and heaviness in your voice. What was your question, Snoop Dogg? I don't remember your last question. How do you control volume when you sing a song? Like air pressure. Actually, how do you learn a song? What should be the order? Do you learn the notes? First the notes, then volume? Yeah, I don't know if there's any like ideal order, but you should go through and do what I call like layering or stacking, where you do a song once just to get the words, do the song to get the melody, do the song to get the dynamics that you want to put on it, and start like stacking things bit by bit. Do you know how do you know you're being breathy with being breathy? Oh my God, kinetics, stop. How do you know you're being too breathy with your chest voice? Really, breath is in the ear of the beholder. It's in the lungs of the beholder. Like, it's really not that deep in terms of there is one good breathiness. It's like, if you want to be breathy, be breathy. If you don't, no. If you want to be breathy and you're not able to do that, or if you want to be not breathy and all you can do is be breathy, then that's an issue you want to work on. But if you don't have a problem with your breathiness, then it's not a problem.
With me, if I'm being too breathy, I don't really do the breathy very often.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing too much for my voice, my throat will start to feel a little dry, or I can't hold my note as long.
Yeah.
Because I'm expelling the air before the note.
Yeah.
So,
So
if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's actually good. That's something that a lot of people should try to isolate. It's like being breathy doesn't necessarily mean forcefully expelling air. It means letting your vocal folds apart a little bit so that the air leaks out quicker. If you try to forcibly express air from your vocal tract, you'll run out of air way quicker. So if I do like, if I should stay. You can tell like I'm breathing out. It doesn't even like sound often like the type of breathiness that we want to emulate, as opposed to if I just relax my vocal folds.
I need to learn that kind of breathy.
Oh my God. Okay, Chloe, that is actually I will end that with this. Remind me, and I'll end it with the Vitas opera, but I can't play it on here because I'll get copyright striked. Can someone tell me the note pattern? I don't know if anybody in this chat could tell me the note pattern of that. I guess I'll pull out my phone and I'll play it. Okay, so yeah, so if I like go, if I should stay, like I can do a lot more. I can hold notes longer and everything because I'm letting more air out. I'm not forcing it out. Let's see. No. What's the difference between the sound of an M1 mix and M2 mix? They can often be made to sound similar. The difference is more in how you produce them. It's really more important for the voice user than for the listener. Related, it's normal to not be able to get a very high CQ. I think a lot of people just don't realize the extent of how much you can increase your CQ, because I feel like they think it's wrong once they hit a certain threshold to increase their CQ past that. And I find a lot of people just won't do it because it's like, oh, this is too heavy. This isn't singing anymore. CQ is closed quotient, sorry. So closed quotient is like how, this is something that you'll necessarily find online if you Google like CQ. That's just the abbreviation that we use. So having a higher closed quotient is like this. Having a higher open quotient is like this. So a very high open quotient is like a light, soft, floating voice. It can be louder. Like I can be loud with this, but it doesn't have as much weight as when I get loud with this. Okay. How can I try to sing Venus opera and then squill this C6? Okay, because there's that modulation. Let's see if I can figure out if the C6 is the top of that. Okay, I will show that off when I get to the vault because I'm not trying to subject my roommates to all that. But that was the Vitas. Don't copyright strike me for my little pathetic melodica foolery, YouTube. If you are straining, what should you do to slowly relax it? Yawning. Yawning can help if you try to yawn through whatever you're straining on. Whatever you're straining on. Yeah. The Vitas. How do you get up there to do it better? Make sure you're able to hit the C6 consistently. I would get as high as an E6 consistently before, like it's super soft, before you really try to do a very heavy sound on it. Because when you're new to doing M2 stuff in that neighborhood, if you really try to go hard, you will end up blocking yourself off and hampering potential range gains, and you'll get stuck so that you're like an obligate yeller on those notes. Like, in order to get that high, you have to scream it. And what if you want to do like so the soul is a C. Oh, thanks, M. Oh, thanks. Oh, never mind. My bad. Thanks, M. Dang, you were over here like, wait, Melon, I don't understand. Why are you stupid? How do you know you've been breath? Oh, no. Oh, the answer to the question. Oh, no. It's just like, it's not your fault. It's like everybody tries to tell you, well, if you're like this, it's wrong. If you're like that, it's wrong. Like, do you want to be like that? Do you want, okay, fine. You want to? Then it's not wrong. Like, if you feel comfortable being this way, then it's not wrong. Let's see how this crust came out.
It's banging.
Thank you. Okay, crust. Okay, there's no more questions. Then I'm going to, I have like negative 20 minutes. This is running over. I'm going to go to the vault real quick to show Toya around my studio. And then inside I will do the VTOS thing in M1. Let's go in there real quick. So it's a little cozy in there. I'm trying to make it nice and homey. After you, madame. Yes.
All right now.
So it's actually soundproof in here. Got the keyboard. Let me turn that on. I got a even bigger or more powerful fan. I'm gonna put in here to get more air circulation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna close real quick so I can do the belt without disturbing everyone. It's actually soundproof. If you want to listen on the other side, you like listen to me to see how loud I am in here, and then you can listen to me on the other side of the door.
Where should I begin?
Well, listen so you know how like loud it actually is in here, and then you go outside and see how much like this mutes it because it's like it's airtight. Like you'll feel the vacuum. Okay, so y'all can have a little tour of my studio as well. Here's Tori. I haven't abducted her. She's safe. And I got my kombucha brewing behind this shady pillow.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. Because it's supposed to be kept away from the light.
Looking all speakeasy, yeah.
Right. Got my little prohibition era kombucha. My Billie Holiday kombucha. Okay, so I'm going to play the thing so I can do VTOS. Okay, so doing the VTOS opera thing in M2 will be. And you can hear like the mucus flapping. Probably. At least I felt the mucus flapping. Now let's do it in belt. How big is my... Wow, apples! Wow! Wow, I got this trashiness. Darn, it was too late. You know, I don't understand. I do not understand. Oh my God, apples, bye. Okay, so one more time in M2 and then again in M1. Woo! Okay, that time without as much mucus. Now in belt, which is M1. Wow, that was awful. Oh, this zone is actually harder to do than that. So let me do it fast so I get through it. I think that's all you can get out of me for the belts on the bottom. So now you want to try listening from the outside to see how much it dampens.
Wow. Look at these. Nice.
Right?
Okay, like, wait.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I was about to say,
Yeah, it's impossible to get locked though, from the inside. Yeah, just push on it. Just push on the whole door.
Okay.
Yeah. And then shut it, and I'll shut the inside, and I'll do the belt. Okay, I'm going to do it in... Okay, so the door is open. I'm going to shut it and do it in 5, 4, 3, 2... Wow, I cannot stop getting the fry. How much were you able to hear?
Okay. It really...
Yeah, it's really dim.
I like this.
Yes, very insulating.
Doors on my studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how much... Oh, okay, I'll put the laptop outside. They want to hear how much it dampens. Damn, y'all just want me to tear my fussy asunder.
Y'all put me to work today.
Right?
I'm only supposed to be cutting fine and singing with me.
Right? You want to be loud inside the vault too? Okay, so y'all about to experience nothingness. So okay, we're gonna go in the vault and be loud. Oh, thank you.
I'm ready. All right,
Okay.
I'm shutting the door.
I'm gonna shut the door and go in 5,
4, 3, 2.
Y'all hear anything? Oh, wow. And a couple lose a couple. Yeah, that's actually my best take. Did y'all hear? Y'all heard it? Because that's loud as hell. Like inside the actual room, you can hear it, but outside the room, you can't really hear much. I've recorded it from like other people's rooms and stuff. Okay, well that is it for this week's office hours. Oh, you know what? Is anybody listening on Discord? Because I left my phone on the inside. I don't know if y'all are doing audio from here. Let me do one more. I'm gonna do it with my phone outside, and that might be it if y'all listening from Discord. No, you can hear the countdown because I didn't shut it all the way on the countdown. Okay, now let's try it. Thank you, my lovely assistant.
I know, like I'm on a magician show. I don't even know if I can hit that.
Yeah, because like the belt all the way up to the C6. Let's see, countertenor. Oh my God, countertenor is a lie. The word countertenor is a lie. Huh? Oh, I know, of course. We can go back out. I just want to show you that real quick. Oh. Feel free to take some rhubarb pie to go if you want some. Huh? Yeah, let me get you some foil to put that in. Get your last question. With your weedy ass. Take as much as you would like.
Thank you all. You know the teach how to make this kombucha.
Oh yeah. You need a SCOBY, which you can actually get pretty cheaply. And then you just put tea and sugar in it and let it incubate.
I'm just this little corner right
Oh
here.
no, you can take more than that if you want.
I'm trying to be good, like yo, I'm gonna take it.
Nah, you good.
That fix me a plate relative.
Can I diddle you? What is diddling? Don't diddle without consent.
That's doing this for you. That's called diddling. Instead of doing to your own for the vibrato, so somebody else does it to you. That's diddling.
Really? What's the dang? Y'all just having a secret voice society without me. I feel like hurt. I feel hurt and betrayed.
It's so funny. I'm trying to decide. Oh, pie is always hard.
Oh, thanks, Kinetics. You have a good day.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it like this.
Now do you.
That way, your side won't crumble. They always say the first piece of the pie always break.
I'll do my femme voice. Okay, so another one of the voice surface I offer is for transgender people looking to have their vocal expression match how they feel. So there's vocal techniques that you use, just like with singers, to change the impression of your voice. There, you can change the impression of your voice for talking as well, and transgender people are the #1 demographic interested in that. So that would be, oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, because it was stuck on that one side.
Oh,
the whole
yeah,
thing to
yeah,
fall
yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
So I was trying to break the piece of foil right here. Don't worry, I'm gonna get
No,
it.
okay. So, yeah, but like, they also seem like somebody from like the server, like that knows what we talk about. They seem like too familiar with our stuff. That was uncanny.
Is there a professional name for that service?
Trans voice is, I think, what we call it. So, my femme voice. So, I'll let me just start doing it, and then I'll explain how I do it. So, I think this is probably my best, like, raw transits. I'm usually used to doing it after really showing how it's done, like part by part. Do you need anything to?
Yes, I need it.
Okay, let me get you some paper towels. I'll be right back.
Did you see my gracias?
De nada. So the way this works is, like, I'm doing a pretty like uber feminine voice, because obviously like my voice is like super dainty and feminine sounding. Right now this is probably more than I necessarily have people end up on, but I think when people look at like my facial hair and all this messery, they think like, oh, that, how could that possibly be a woman? And there's sort of like this mind-body disconnection. So I feel like you often have to overdo it at first. So if I sound like kind of saccharine, that's why. So the way that I assembled this is in 4 parts. So, and if you want more information on this, there's more information on the server, so make sure you get on the server. So the way you assemble this is, okay, so I'm gonna go back to my default voice. I'm gonna even like butch it up a little bit more than I actually butch it up at default. And so you can actually hear the changes that trans voice makes to my voice. So the first, I'm gonna go from like least impactful to most impactful. So the first change I'm gonna make is I'm gonna start speaking in a higher pitch. So higher pitch by itself doesn't really do anything. Like, it doesn't make me sound necessarily more feminine. It makes me sound like I'm maybe trying to yell or I'm excited. It doesn't really, even if I talk in what's a feminine range and I don't change anything else about my voice, it doesn't make me sound like a woman. It doesn't even make me sound like I'm trying to sound like a woman. It just makes me sound panicked or something. So, oh, thank you. So I'm back up here talking a high pitch, but still with a relatively overall masculine vocal profile. So the next thing I'm going to change is the shape of my mouth. So I'm going to talk with a smaller mouth shape, and that's going to feminize my consonants and vowels. It's going to make them smaller. It's going to make my S's and T's sound brighter. And it's going to make my vowels sound like I have a smaller oral chamber, which I am approximating in terms of volume. So I'm going to have this kind of sound. So then now these 2 things are going to make a way more difference. And the first one is increasing my open quotient. So I'm going to increase my open quotient and drop a lot of weight from my voice. And my voice sounds like a lot higher. And I probably would maybe do something like this at baseline. If you didn't already know, like, oh, that's a guy. I think this voice by itself can sound a little bit more ambiguous and androgynous. So that's me with a higher open quotient. So I'm dropping a lot of that weight from my voice. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my larynx up, and that makes me sound a bit squeakier. So putting those things together, you get the essential femme voice toolkit.
So would that mean women who naturally have a more heavy male-sounding voice?
Yeah, they can.
They all have all the things that you just removed from the voice are things that they
can do too.
have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and people that have sort of more girly voice. Like my baseline was pretty girly, but if I lower my larynx and I speak with like a wider mouth shape and I lower my pitch by just a little bit, I can sound like a little bit more masculine. And women can do that too. Or A5s. Sign people up first. People. Yeah, so like Toni Braxton could sound really girly if she wanted to.
If she wanted to.
Yeah. But there's also nothing wrong with it. Like I like that.
Right, it's different.
Yeah, right?
Is this actually trash?
Is it? Yeah, it is now.
Okay, like some people have like decorative trash cans and stuff, and you know.
Raise my larynx. Yeah, it's hard to because I was thinking that's the next thing. So I probably can I sound like John Cena? I barely know what he sounds like. I feel like I can help.
Their questions are hilarious.
Yeah, they are. They're a hot mess.
On a Friday.
Well, okay. Last question before. What about adding a little bit of AES constriction on top of all that? That is like a customization, and it's up to you whether or not you want to add that. But I don't include that as like the core essentials of trans voice. Why? Say you can't. He said you can't see me, motherfucker, because he wants me to sound like John Cena. But I don't know what John Cena sounds like. You can't see me, motherfucker.
That's the next episode.
Yeah, that's the next episode. Tune in next week. Okay, I am gone. Bye. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you all.